President Trump reacting to the news that the FBI raided the home of his former campaign chairman, Paul Manafort. This as we learn that Manafort has switched to a different legal team as Robert Mueller's Russia investigation appears to be gaining momentum. Let's bring in Philip Siegel. He is a defense attorney who specializes in criminal, business ethics, and international finance law, and Bob Bianchi, criminal defense attorney, former head county prosecutor, and a trial attorney. Thanks to both of you for joining us. Bob, first of all, why do you think that they went for a raid when we heard Manafort was cooperating?
Well, he's obviously either one of two things, Melissa, are going on here. So I'll give you what textbook we would do as prosecutors. 6 o'clock in the morning, this raid, very aggressive. That means this person is a target. But I'm wondering, and that seems to be the general way that prosecutors would go about it, but it was so obvious, even though he was cooperating, I'm wondering whether or not it's a little subterfuge to make it look like he's not cooperating in order to try to flesh out some other people and maybe get them a little nervous. What does Team USA want? They want to get a cooperating witness. Could it be Flynn? Could it be Manafort? We simply don't know right now, but they've got a lot of smoking gun evidence, and you can be assured they want to flip one of these witnesses.
Oh, without question. Philip, we haven't heard anything from General Flynn lately. So does that make you think he's cooperating?
It leads me to believe he may be. I think with good counsel, you keep your mouth shut whether or not you're cooperating when the stakes are this high. But I think Bob's right that they'd love to have one of them or both of them.
Yeah.
And Phil, it's interesting, right? Remember when Flynn put out there, his lawyer, hey, we want to cooperate, just give us immunity. That was a telegraph, in my opinion. And all of a sudden, boom, they shut their lips and they're being very quiet. So it is very possible he is a cooperating witness.
What do you think about the new legal team?
I think it's interesting that this is his old legal team that he's gone back to. And I wonder whether maybe he changed because the second legal team that he just left maybe said, if you cooperate, maybe things will go a little better. It could be that if he's not cooperating enough, he might have been shaken up by this raid. And after all, he did get a concession from the Senate not to have to testify on national television. Maybe it was, hey, wait a minute, I need stronger, more suspicious counsel again.
Obviously, the reason why everybody cares about this is they're trying to figure out if the Trump team colluded and if President Trump is guilty of anything in here. As you look through the evidence that we have seen so far, it looks like if the reports are accurate, and who knows, but if the reporting is accurate, Paul Manafort may have done something, but there's nothing to indicate that connects to the president at all that I've seen.
I've said this previously. The day before Comey was fired, the case was one thing. The day after he was fired, it could be another, because obstruction could simply be by trying to change the prosecutor so that you don't get investigated, even though you did nothing wrong. And based on Comey's testimony, he said there was no open investigation against Trump. But when he gave the Lester Holt interview and connected firing Comey with the idea that he was trying to get heat off the Russian investigation, I say a file was open and it's problematic.
Is it problematic, Philip? Because everybody wanted to fire Comey for everything. I mean, who didn't want to fire Comey? Everybody was upset with him. There were a million different things that weren't done the way they would normally be. He's the chattiest FBI director in the history of the planet. I mean,
It was the timing. If he had fired Comey on the first day of his presidency, that's one thing. But after endorsing him and after whining and dining him and pretending there were tapes and there were no tapes and Comey then took notes, that made it a whole different kind of thing because he asked for loyalty and then afterwards he fired him. That's much different.
I don't know. He would have been criticized no matter what. We got to leave it there, gentlemen. Okay. Good stuff. Thank you.